Most folks in Guyana assume that domestic violence does not occur in their families, neighborhoods, or friendship groups because they do not hear about it. But that's not the case, says a representative of the U.S. Embassy in Guyana, Alexandra King-Pyle.
Domestic violence does not discriminate. It does not discriminate by race or gender, age group, social class, educational status, and so on. And besides that, actually, it is not only a problem just for women to be concerned about. Children have been victimized. Men have been victimized. But because a great deal of domestic violence is never reported, it's also never addressed.
Mrs. Pyle addressing the gathering at the launch of the Survey on Domestic Violence in Guyana recently. According to Mrs. King-Pyle, anyone can be a victim of domestic violence, but research has shown that in Guyana, most of the victims are females, children, and adults.
It is the most widespread human rights violation, and it's a pervasive and systemic public health issue, legal issue, social issue, economic issue. It touches every part of society. For more than a decade, government organizations and non-government organizations, for that matter, have worked to curb domestic violence. And so an important milestone was reached in 1996. That was the passage of the Domestic Violence Act. But as it turns out, many years later, incidences of brutality and domestic violence still remain extremely high.
She added that the U.S. Embassy saw the importance of partnering with Red Thread to stage activities in 5 key communities.
Communities are more aware of the Domestic Violence Act. They know who to go to when they have trouble, and they know who to turn to for help. So there in Region 9 and in other regions, communities have established community support groups. Particularly, we're pleased to hear about the all-male support group in Anna Regina, because of course, men's involvement in this fight is absolutely critical.
Other communities have already requested that the recently concluded project be taken to their regions so that a larger number of persons can benefit. Reporting for HGP Nightly News, I am Kristen McLingham.